Social distancing means spending more time with your family in close quarters, and with a mix of personalities, how do you keep the peace? Well, I decided to reach out to CEO of Idaho Youth Ranch, Scott Curtis, for some advice. So Scott, families are practicing social distancing. We're spending a lot more time in the house together. We have a mix of dynamics in households. So there's going to be extroverts, introverts, but how do we make sure that all needs are being met and that we're keeping the peace and making this your family's best hour?
If part of your routine is you've built in a couple check-in times during the day, and even one time during the day is dedicated to each person just answering a few simple questions that you establish, that can really help. What I mean by help is, as people start to get on each other's nerves or get tired or their needs aren't getting met, they can lead to little explosions, or in some of our houses, larger explosions.
And how important is mindfulness right now, not only of yourself, but also those around you in your household? Maybe exercising a little more compassion and awareness. Do you think that's important?
I would say that when you talk about mindfulness, the most important piece though for these families and their health is individual mindfulness. Is if every person in the family is making sure that they're getting those needs met, and that may mean some time alone taking a walk. It may mean that meditation or yoga. There's lots of opportunities for that, by the way. Lots of online opportunities that people have created in the midst of this crisis. A great time for someone to try a new practice.
So even if you are an extrovert and you feel that you need that human interaction, it's important to stop down and say, hey, how do I take care of myself in this time? Am I giving myself enough opportunity to cope and deal on my own, right?
I think a lot of times we're actually talking about the adults more than we're talking about the kids.
Right.
And so you and I are the ones that need to practice this. And you know, for an adult who's an extrovert, they need to recognize they're trying to get all of those external needs met from very few people that are trapped with them. And can they broaden that?
And you know, that brings me to those resources. You know, if families are finding out, you know, they're trying to do the schedules, they're trying to do the check-ins, what are some resources?
We'd be happy to talk with them. They can also go to youthranch.org to get links to those resources. And then 211.org is a great spot to get access to lots of information and resources for families and individuals.
Wonderful. Scott, thank you so much for taking the time to talk. This information is so valuable, so really appreciate your time.
Thank you. I really appreciate how our community is uniting to make a difference here.